Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here again at the National Weather Service in Pocatello. This is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Sunday, December 30th, 2018. Our advertised winter storm has arrived across Southeast Idaho as we take a look at the regional radar loop. Some areas are being blocked a little bit by the terrain here, so this isn't quite a complete radar picture, of course, as we see often here in the northern Rockies. But you can see snow activity expanding across the upper Snake Plain in the Island Park area, now moving down into portions of the eastern highlands and the Caribou Highlands. Also some snow filling in down here across the eastern Magic Valley, and we have already seen some snow and are continuing to see some snow up here across the Central Mountains, just with not very good radar coverage up that way. We are generally expecting snow to increase in coverage and intensity as we go through the morning hours this morning. Here's your weather map for today, showing that snow across the region and a cold front associated with this storm system that's currently back to our west. This front is going to progress to the east and to the southeast as we head into the very late morning hours and particularly in the afternoon hours, crossing our forecast area. And it's this front that's really going to bring some of the stronger winds that we're expecting today with this system, and that's really going to contribute to our storm impacts and our travel problems across the area. So heaviest snow for most of you is going to be during the morning hours into the first half of the afternoon, whereas a lot of those stronger winds are going to hold off until later in the day. We are seeing winds increase now, but this afternoon we'll certainly see the strongest activity. Winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, and wind advisories are in effect for this storm. Here in the eastern highlands from West Yellowstone and Island Park down through the Teton Valley, Driggs, Pine Creek Pass, the Caribou Highlands, and the Swan Valley area down into the Bear River Range, we went with winter storm warnings, particularly because snow totals are going to be higher across this region. A little bit to the west, the purple shading indicating where we have winter weather advisories with slightly lower snow totals. A wind advisory also in effect here for portions of the Magic Valley, a little bit of the Snake Plain, western Cassia County, with those strong winds coming in, but very limited snowfall accumulation in this area, and advisories also in effect for portions of the Central Mountains. I want to emphasize once again, not everyone in the advisory area may be getting a ton of snow today. Some areas are coming in a little bit lower than the traditional thresholds we use for actual snow accumulation, but it's going to be the combination of that falling snow, very strong winds, and the pre-existing snowpack all coming together to create a lot of blowing and drifting snow, reduced visibilities, slick travel conditions with snow-covered roads. So this will be an impactful event with some pretty difficult travel today across the region, even in areas where we're only going to pick up an inch or two of snow out of this storm. Speaking of those snowfall accumulations, here's our latest update. This is storm total snow. Some of this has already started this morning, and it'll continue with this event through the evening hours this evening. Kind of wandering around the area here, starting up in the western Central Mountains, generally expecting about 1 to 4 inches, with some localized higher totals on the order of about 4 to 10 inches, and I think that'll especially be true up at the higher elevations here above about 7,500 feet. Our warning area here in the east, looking for a widespread 4 to 8 inches here from the Swan Valley Palisades area up through Driggs, the Teton Valley, Ashton, Island Park. This will include Pine Creek Pass, Tarhee Pass, Reynolds Pass. Again, looking for 4 to 8 inches, 8 to 12 inches at some locales, particularly as you get above about 6,500 feet. A little further to the south, across the Caribou Highlands here to the south of Palisades, down towards Soda Springs and into the Bear River Range, looking for a widespread 3 to 6 inches of snow. Again, some locally higher amounts, about 6 to 10 inches possible up in the higher elevations, especially above 6,500 feet. Up here on the far upper Snake Plain, as you get up toward Idaho Falls, Rexburg, Du Bois, portions of Clark County, this area generally expecting 1 to 3 inches, but we may see some 3 to 5 inch totals, particularly as you get to the north of Du Bois, also up to the north of Rexburg. And then for the rest of the region, only an inch or two down here across the lower Snake River Plain, the eastern Magic Valley, maybe a few higher amounts in the south central highlands here, where we'll pick up 2 to 4 inches at some of those higher elevations. Again, wind is going to be the other main complicating factor with this system. So here's a look at our peak sustained winds across the region today. You can see a very wide area here where we're in the 25 to 35 mile per hour range across the Snake Plain and Arco Desert, The Caribou Highlands, the South Central Highlands, and Eastern Magic Valley. No big changes to our forecast here from what we've shown you over the past couple days. Certainly some high winds at higher elevations up here in the Central Mountains as well. Lemhi County really lighting up. But even outside of these areas, it's going to be breezy out there. And again, we're looking for blowing snow with reduced visibilities. There may be some whiteout conditions at times across the region, particularly as we get into the afternoon hours. Here's those wind gusts associated with the system. Again, peaking this afternoon, generally on the order of 40 to 50 miles per hour in that same area here across the Eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain, down into the Southern Highlands and Caribou Highlands. For the rest of the region, generally looking for 35 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts as we get into the afternoon hours. Blowing snow risk, high risk across large portions of our area. And just like yesterday, I want to emphasize we may see some decent impacts here down the interstate corridors from Idaho Falls into Pocatello, south of Burley here into Cassia County that isn't quite reflected as well in this graphic. We've had some recent snowfall this week from several systems moving through, and those strong winds are certainly going to blow that snow around. So certainly looking for impacts there as well, and that's why we do have advisories in place across the region. High temperatures getting up close to freezing still in the Eastern Magic Valley here, but that's going to be short-lived. As soon as the cold front comes in, we'll see some cooler air work in, expecting snow as the predominant precipitation type for everyone across southeast Idaho. We'll see the activity start to diminish as the system pulls away this evening. We'll clear the Snake Plain out first, but we're holding on to snow showers in all of our mountain ranges, particularly here along the Wyoming border, the mountains down toward Bear Lake. That's the last area that's going to see activity diminish this evening. As we head into the overnight, we continue to see snow showers diminishing, and by Monday morning, just a few isolated light flurries down here in portions of Cassia County, also down in the Bear Lake area and portions of the southern Caribou Highlands. Morning temperatures getting colder behind this system and behind that cold front that's going to cross through the region. Monday morning getting below zero in our normally colder spots and single digits for everyone else. Only rebounding into the teens Monday afternoon in the wake of this system. So cold weather expected, although dry weather for most of you on Monday. Tuesday, we'll start out with morning low temperatures here getting very cold. We're looking for temperatures dropping 10 to 25 below zero across portions of the Central Mountains, particularly near Stanley, also in the Copper Basin area where we normally see those colder lows. Temperatures also getting down 10 to 20 below zero up here toward the Island Park and West Yellowstone area and down into the Teton Valley. Generally below zero even across southern portions of our forecast area, even into Pocatello and Idaho Falls, possibly into the Burley area, looking for very frigid air in place on Tuesday morning. So you're definitely going to want to bundle up for that. High temperatures only making it into the single digits and teens by Tuesday afternoon. Looking for generally dry weather still for the upcoming week, so as soon as we part ways with our major storm system today, looking for fairly low impact weather, mostly dry conditions for your Monday, Tuesday, and into your Wednesday across southeast Idaho. That's it for your hazard briefing this morning. If you have questions for us or any feedback, do not hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.